Hello. Might have to turn that down just a little bit. Apologies. Hello, hello. Hi, Auntie. Hi, Blue. Sorry for the ads. No game. We're crocheting today. It's crochet day. I'm working on my sweater from Project Hail Mary. Very excited. It's coming along. I know. Look at how nice it looks. It's very chunky. And you can see down here, here's the paws. Little paws. So that's very exciting. If the music is too loud, let me turn it down just a little bit because it is like a drill in my ear. It's pretty soft for you. I'll turn it up just a little bit. Is that good? Yeah, no, it's definitely just louder for me. I had to change how I was doing the music because I switched bots. My other bot had an automatic music player and this one does not. So that's annoying. But that's okay. We make do. I want to switch outfits. Sorry. Did I watch WrestleMania? I did not. Did something crazy happen? Ooh, oh yeah, you didn't get to see that, Auntie. Yeah, that's my my magical girl transition. I had everything set up and then I realized I had like no memory on my computer because I have a memory leak somewhere. Brock Lesnar? I don't know who that is. I take it that's pretty crazy though. Blue, did you see that Costco had some Switch games for 30 bucks? It was pretty super good deal. We went to pick up, what did we go to get? We went there for something specific. But I picked up Pokemon Legends Z to A because it was 30 bucks for the Switch 2 version. Pretty fucking wild, dude. And it's the physical copy too. See, it's got the cartridge and everything. It's wild. 30 bucks, dude. They had Kirby Air Riders too, but I'm not big on that one. I've only ever played one Kirby game. Also, I'm not sure why my music stopped. Um, Getting donuts, that sounds amazing. Donuts sounds so good right now. I might have to figure out a secondary music player because this one is not working. Is Deedly D coming up in the playlist? It's random. It'll come up eventually. I don't know when. It's like Russian roulette. Costco brand is so good. I've been able to get it in the cocaine in the cocaine in the UK. Yeah, I the Kirkland brand stuff is always super good. I know that like Kirkland brand vodka is made by Grey Goose, if I remember correctly. Like their name brands, they just put Kirkland label on it. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I do have my pattern up next to me so that I can see what I'm doing. It's not something I can share with stream because it's a paid pattern, but all things considered, if you're that determined to not pay for it and you just draw it from the stitches that you see me doing, I can't stop you. Yeah, sorry for not being around a whole lot last week. I don't know if I was sick or what. Or I think it was more of my heart conditioning coming, heart condition acting up because I was just so tired and I felt so nauseous. I ended up staying home most of the week. Like I didn't even go into work. I'm feeling a lot better now, but it was pretty weird. I think that typically happens around this time of year though. So, it happens. Oh, thanks, Andy. I actually just before stream, part of the reason that stream is kind of late is after work I went upstairs and I had all these plans of things I wanted to get done before I streamed. I wanted to shower and I wanted to do dishes, and make dinner and yada yada yada. And then uh I went upstairs and I napped for an hour and a half. That was kind of not my intention, but that's what ended up happening. Happens to the best of us. I just thought it was funny. While I was very necessary, yeah, I was frustrated after work to say the least. I was like, bro, I these people are gonna make me want to crash out. So and I was just really tired. Think I'm still kind of getting over it or dealing with it or something. But while I was, not streaming last week, I did also, if you haven't noticed, I made a different crochet hook for this project because I noticed the other one that I have, it was like a cheapo, like I bought the set for less than $20 on Amazon so that I would have like a nice handle. Um, but my hand, you can't see it anymore, but everything right here was raw and peeling. Um, I don't know if it was because the hook was really cheap and it was just like catching on my skin and rubbing it off or something. I have no idea, but I took a regular hook and I just put some clay on it. And this is way more comfortable. So, we'll take these little wins. Yeah, it was really frustrating when I put two and two together cuz like it was coming up and it just kept getting worse and I was like, "What the hell is happening right now?" Um but then I noticed that it wasn't just right here. It was up here too that it was doing it. And I was like, "Okay, there's only one thing that's causing that, and it's my crochet hook." So that was kind of frustrating. But it was rubbing off. I think so, yeah. I know artists have gloves to protect them to make do they make them for crochet too? I think they probably do. You just need some fingerless gloves. The problem I have is I like feeling the yarn and making sure that I like have a hold of everything. I mean, like you see how I'm crocheting it now, like my fingers are all up in this yarn's guts. So like not having that kind of like touch with it to make sure I'm doing everything correct would kind of throw me off, I think. It would take a long time to get used to. Which is part of the reason I don't think I would make it into Hololive, because this is something that I do a lot on stream and they require gloves. And I can't wear gloves and do this. So maybe they'd make some kind of concession. I don't know. Probably not, because I have a tattoo. They'd just be like, "Nah, we're not gonna deal with that." That's okay. I'm still not sure why the music player isn't working the way that I set it up. It's like only doing the first one. Like, I'm not sure. Like, there's not a repeat button or something in here, which is annoying. I don't know. I might have to find like a music player or something for this. I'm not sure how to fix it. Ah, well. Okay, now we can flip this over. We can look at the cute side instead of the string side. So, in this original pattern, there's a lot of differences that I have to make to the eyes, and it looks like I didn't quite do it right, although the front and the back are different. So, these are the rows that I have to make those. Fuck, sorry. I have to make those differences because in the original pattern, this is connected and the eyes look really angry, whereas now they look a little more cute and less aggressive. So, okay. I don't know how long this sweater is going to take. It's taken me a long time to do, but I also just haven't spent like a lot of time just focusing on it. Like when I actually sit down and work on it, I probably get, 10, 20 rows done. So I just got to do it. I just haven't. And of course, I started on the biggest part of it. The biggest part is always going to take the longest. Sounds counterproductive, but spending too much time will cause pain. Yeah, 100%. Especially with how sick I got. It kind of makes sense that I haven't worked on it a whole lot. It's not that big a deal. I would like to still be working on it with the hype of Project Hail Mary going around. Otherwise, it'll just look like I don't want to say take care of myself. Don't worry, I am. I am. I am. You don't have to worry. I didn't do anything while I was sick. I literally slept. And I think like I didn't even play games. Like I didn't play any Pokopia. I didn't I think I watched anime for the most part. That's like the most I did. Woo, yeah. There's a lot of good stuff this season. So, we watched, what was the new one by the FMA creator? It's like Demons of the Shadow Realm or something like that. That one's being super interesting so far. Classroom of the Elite. Uh, what else? Witch Hat Atelier. We started that because that's airing this season. Is very pretty. Kind of a cute coming of age type story. Um, there's a lot of stuff that we had to start because the season is just kind of stacked. I need to finish Oshinoko. I started on the season, but then like I get super busy with stuff and I forget to watch anime. If I'm not watching it with Shock, I forget, and he wasn't interested. Which is fair. When that first episode is like an hour long, it makes it hard to want to jump into it. Gosh, why isn't this working? Is there like a repeat button that I can do? I don't know how to fix it. I've never watched anime with someone else, so you have my respect for it. I mean, it's a little different when you're watching with a significant other because we just sit down and watch it on the couch. I'll sit there crocheting and he'll sit there watching it, and we'll just, you know, watch whatever's new. It's kind of our Sunday routine. We'll watch new anime and have breakfast, and if there's a lot, we'll have lunch together. Kind of works out that way. Those who weeb together stay together. Pretty sure that's how that saying goes. The amount of times I pause it or get distracted by something would drive them insane. Shock sometimes does that. I love him to pieces, but goodness gracious, there are times where I'm like, bro, stop pausing it. Stop. Be like, did you see that? And he'll rewind it like 5-10 seconds. And I'm like, they were building up to something, but okay, bud. Yeah. What's up? Yeah, the background, well, it's because of the new bot that I have. The other one had like an automatically looping music player, and this doesn't. And I have this set. Uh-uh. No, I don't think I can do like a music player, like a looping music player over here. At least I don't know how. Auntie says hello.
Hi, Auntie. Because you add it on there and you can loop it. I think. Yeah.
That's not what I'm looking for. It looks like it's a plugin to get what I want it to do.
where you showed me set it up. I think it's just a six.
Yeah, I have multiple. Mix up. Playlist directly in UBS either using media source or VLC source. Source properties, click plus and add directory. So go in here. Oh my god, there are so many sound things. Properties. Let's see what we can find in here. Okay, let's try this again. You got some air jail because you're being an asshole? Add media source. Music player. And then we have... Let me see. See, it just keeps stopping. It's so annoying. Music. Open. Okay, that's not gonna work. There's no plus button to add anything to here. Cancel. No, well... The problem is it only wants to let me add a single source. I don't think this is gonna be... Yeah, that's not what I...
Add this one.
Browse. Click the folder. I can't select it. It just opens the folder. That was the first thing I tried. Yep. The source properties window. Click the plus sign. But there is no plus sign. I know, it's really dumb, Auntie. I wish that it wasn't so difficult to figure out. They otherwise make a VLC source, but
Right click on B.
I think I just have to get the plugin for VLC or
So,
something.
wait. Do that again. Property.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, the only other thing I could think is just getting the VLC plugin, and that would probably cause me to restart OBS, so it's just not worth doing right now. Here's an app. This might be what I need. I think it's in my other program files. Where's my... Where... Is it on the other one? No. Okay, then we're gonna go in here and we're going to import. We're going to import, download, drag and drop it. Okay. Maybe this will fix what I have, the problem I'm having. Drag, drop that. Receive 2. Import. Yes. Okay. Streamer bot. Where is the music player? Should be in here somewhere. Where's it at? Heck. I installed it. Where is it? Up there it is. Okay. And then dynamic delay built in depending. The other uses a set delay. We'll use dynamic delay. Click set argument. Video. We're going to change this to... It claims it's a video. It's not a video. That's okay. Donuts obtained. What kind of donuts did you get? Here. Change set argument value. No direct repeats. That says optional, so I'm not going to worry about it. Set the media source name to BGM. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. Test it. Why isn't it working? I think it's because it wants to play it through here. Hold on. I don't know how any of this shit works. This is obnoxious. Vanilla glazed cream and strawberry. That sounds good. Okay. How do I actually add this in now? Update the scene and source values on OBS source visibility state sub actions to reflect the scene and source for the media source. What? Source name. Okay. Okay. Update the scene and source values. You what? Bro, I really do. This is my least favorite part of streaming, is figuring all of this stuff out. Like, it's just so unfun. Optional. Oh, okay, it's in the optional stuff. Scene, gaming, audio source. Oh, shoot. Hold on. We're just gonna do this. Okay, and then gaming, media source. Okay. Prevent source from triggering on scene change and startup. Well, I don't care about that. So we're going to just disable all of this because we don't need it. And then add trigger to OBS. Scene change to okay, well this shit still doesn't work, so we'll go back to just having one song as my background music for now, I guess. Because this isn't working. And I don't know how to fix it. Couldn't make it easy. No, and it's so frustrating because, like, I did a lot to set it up the first time, but oh geez. I am so sorry. I don't know why I can't hear it. Okay, this is fine. It's some bullshit. I hate having to go through and fix stuff that's broken. It's so frustrating to me. Is everything okay? It's so I switched streaming bots from Mix It Up to Streamer Bot, and then it doesn't have a like randomized music player. So I was trying to figure it out and it's not working. So I'm gonna have to spend some time looking up how to fix it. Because I just don't know what to do. To drag, yeah, it's really fucking annoying. So that's where we are. Let me scoop my chair back over. Did you get like Krispy Kreme donuts, or did you go and get like local donuts? I could smash some donuts. Oh, you have Dunkin'? I like Dunkin' Donuts better than I like Krispy Kreme. It's a wild take. You're married, so that makes me lose my appetite? What? What did I do? Doesn't smash mean yeah. Almost forgot to loop the music. Oh man, I'm sure you guys would have really missed it if the music stopped playing. In this case, by smash, I mean eat a lot of and very quickly. Did I get an extra stitch in here somehow? It almost looks like it, but I don't think I did. It really does look like it, though. How many red stitches are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's an extra stitch in here. I hecked it. I hecked it in the last round. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that that one stitch just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Demolish. Yeah. Friend of ours also uses sexual terms to mean rapidly consume, much to everyone's distress. Oh no. I mean, I think it's hilarious, but I could see that being distressing. God, I can't stop yawning. I'm so sorry, guys. It was just one of those days. Then says, I didn't say anything weird. What do you mean? You don't get yawn contagion? Oh, well, I'm autistic and I do. It's rough. I just don't like yawning if I can help it, you know? Okay, so we do the normal amount of white, going a little off pattern on this row. So I just have to check what I did the last time to make sure I do it correctly. We're both yawning, but you're like, it's like 2 a.m. for you. So it makes sense for you to be yawning, Auntie. I'm like, I say I'm autistic. I'm like 90% sure I'm autistic. My brother is diagnosed autistic. I have a lot of the ADHD autistic type things, but I don't talk about it a whole lot because there's very vocal minority that kind of weaponizes having a disorder like that into getting whatever they want, and that makes me angry, and I don't want to be lumped in with them. So I just don't talk about it very often. Okay, so we just have one red and then we go back to white. Is it bad that for all the VTubers in our group except you, because you're unpredictable? I don't know why that's so funny. I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's a fair thing to say. I feel like I'm very much so a wild card. I could go anywhere between super serious, fun, or not so fun, important conversation to dick jokes in 2 seconds flat. So I get it. That's funny. I was thinking about that recently where I was like, I feel like, yeah, I was thinking about it because in Moo's channel they were doing the like, which Uma are you? And I did it twice. Because I did it once, took the picture of it, and then I sent the link to Auntie and some other people. And the first time I did it, I got the same result as Moo. And then the second time I did it, I got the same result as Kaiko. And I was like, yeah, I think that kind of tracks. I think I'm pretty in between those two. Okay, so we did 3 white. Oh my god, cat. My cat has been a problem lately. No. Having to build like a fucking wall. Stop. You have like 2 modes. You just talk normal like anyone you'd meet in the world, and then switch flips and you say something from another planet. You did the Uma quiz and got the most dysfunctional and autistic Uma. Oh my god, Leo. Go. Jesus Christ. I resemble them both in some ways, but time passes, I just feel cut off from everyone, honestly. I get that feeling. You all accept me, that's all I ask for. Exactly. I'm not in a position to judge. I mean, I am. I can judge whoever I please, but it doesn't feel right to judge someone on something that they can't control. You know what I mean? Things that they can control, I will judge them for. So. Chaos. Yeah, dude. Leo is being a problem lately. He's being weirdly aggressive, but then also weirdly lovey at the same time. He'll come up and he'll cuddle you and be so sweet. And then the next second, he's walking in front of you while you're trying to walk and smacking your ankles if you get too close to him. It is so fucking frustrating. He's helping. He has to help with every crochet project. Every crochet project, if you ever get anything from me ever, it's made partially by me and partially by Leo. Leo has to approve it. How much? There's just one black stick. I think I'm just going to use this piece of black. And so, because of that... No, I think I leave it. I'm trying to figure out the best way to not have to cut a new piece of yarn for just one stitch. Nothing makes me angrier than having to do that, so We're just going to bring this piece of black over. So it turns out the kind of crochet I'm doing technically has a name. I didn't know it had a name. So when you're doing a lot of color work like this, it's called tapestry crochet because you're making like a tapestry, you know? But when you cut the yarn in the way that I'm doing it, where you've got, you know, small balls of yarn, you know, here and there and whatever, it's called intarsia crochet. I just think that's a cool sounding word. But because of that, I'm cutting small amounts of yarn. It makes it a little bit more awkward to handle. And you have to do a lot more planning for like small amounts of yarn. So that's what I'm trying to do as best I can. Okay, and then white. And then red. I saw some really cool pictures of a version of this sweater that Ryan Gosling has. I don't know if it's the one from the movie or if it's a similar one that somebody made him. But on the back, on the inside, so on this side, somebody took the red yarn, like this bright red, and they stitched in Grace Rocky Save Stars. And I almost cried. It was so cute. I don't know if that's the actual one, but if I were more confident in my ability to do that, which I'm not, I don't think I could do that in a way that it wouldn't be really easy to see. I would put that in this too. But I don't think I could do it in a way that I could make it not visible from the front. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. That's my least favorite idea. The Barnyard and I were all talking about possibly getting matching Project Hail Mary tattoos because it's so good. Um, there's all sorts of really good ones where you could get like, I wanted to get the mission patch, but there's a lot of colors involved and it's a lot of work. It would probably be very expensive. And the spot that you would normally put a mission patch would either be like on your chest, and I don't really want to have a tattoo on my chest, or on your right shoulder, but I already have a sleeve on that side, so I can't put it there. So that's not going to happen. But instead we were talking about possibly doing Rocky's mission patch because Rocky has it like carved into his basically the forearm. See, so I have a Rocky. I have a little Rocky here. They don't have it on this model, but it's carved right here on him. And this is like upper arm, lower arm. It's all carved in right here. It would be super cool to see that. And it's got like 3 World, which is in the book, not in the movie, but 3 World and 40 Iridani and Iridian and Arid, all this stuff. And then the Pedrova line. It looks super cool. And then there's a bunch of geometric designs behind it that we could do for each of us to have something a little bit different on ours. It would be really cool. Hi, Anna. How are you? Welcome in. We're talking about Hail Mary and possibly having matching tattoos. Okay, that row is done. It's coming out good. I am pleased with how it's coming out. It is a little lumpy in spots, just because of how color changes work. Like in here, this is thicker. You could kind of see it's a little wavy. Hopefully when I like wash this and then stretch it, it becomes a little less. You loved that movie, so did I. It was my favorite book. I convinced all of the barnyard to read the book as a book club. And then we all went and saw the movie on opening night because opening night was also my birthday. So we went and saw it together, and oh, it was great. I've seen it twice. We went and saw it in IMAX. It's so good. It's such a good movie. The book is even better. Ryan Ryan Gosling is so hot. I'm too asexual for that, but I do love how adorable he is. Adorably relatable. You'd watch it twice for him. I saw a video where it just makes fun of the way that he wears his glasses, because in every scene he has it in more ridiculous ways, it feels like. It's pretty goofy. This sweater that I'm working on currently is actually from Project Hail Mary. It was somebody was watching the movie and realized that it's actually a knitting pattern from 1957, I think, from a company called Mary Maxim, and you could buy the original pattern, and you could just crochet, you could knit it. The problem is I don't know how to knit, so I'm having to figure out how to crochet it. So this is a project that's been a pain in the butt for me because I can't just knit it and make it look like the movie. It's funny because Mary Maxim eventually, well, almost immediately actually, started selling the pattern as the Project Hail Mary version with the specific color changes to make it look like the movie. It's pretty cool. You saw that on TikTok about the glasses. It's so funny, dude. I was telling Shock that he needs to, we're gonna have to get him like a jean t-shirt or a jean, Hi, Chili, how are you? Thank you for the subscribe. 31 months. That's wild. Hope I'm doing well. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing better than I was. I was sick last week. Pretty smart of them. Yeah, I feel like they know what they're doing. Like Project Hail Mary in general has probably one of the best advertising teams that they could possibly have had. Glad you're in better health. Me too. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I had anything. I did do a COVID test because we went to a birthday party on Saturday. I just wanted to be sure I didn't have anything. But I think it was just I have a heart condition and I think it was acting up. So okay, let's make sure that we do this correctly. So we do one red and then white all the way across to the top of the black. It's a minor heart condition. It's nothing that like you need to panic or freak out or worry about me for, because it's literally just something real small. It's just something that happens. I think I've mentioned it before on stream, but thank you for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. The Logical Hooker. I love that name. That's a great name. You've mentioned that your heart has some kind of condition, but you never got into specifics. Okay, so it's not like a doot doo doo. All the doot doo doos. So I have a condition called EDS. And with EDS, it's kind of a there's a lot of other things that go into EDS, but just have to give it a chance every time. Um, but basically, like collagen and stuff in my body don't actually get created correctly. Um, and because of that, all sorts of other problems come up. It's not like I'm not like super sickly. There's a lot of people who have worse versions of it. I have the most mild version. Like is so it's a genetic disorder. Um and my sister who like everyone in my family has it. My sister has a version of it where her allergies will change from day to day. So sometimes she's allergic to like cucumbers and watermelon, and sometimes she's allergic to onion, and sometimes she's not allergic to anything. It's pretty crazy. So, um, it's very varied. But for me, what it gives me is POTS. It gives me a heart condition where like sometimes my blood pressure will just randomly drop, or it'll randomly get, I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was this past week because my heart would just randomly start racing, and then I would feel really worn out and nauseous. And there's nothing I could do about it except take a beta blocker and pray. So that's what I did, and now I'm better. So it's just kind of a weird thing. Um, but I'm much better. You don't have to worry. Like it's something I've had for a long time. I just have to take care of myself, you know? That's why I only streamed one time last week. Why I've been kind of missing. And I'm pretty sure that's why I felt so low energy last week, too. So, it happens. Yeah, dude, I could not imagine living with what my sister has. Like, she went from, like, having celiac, basically celiac, um, to not eating any onions, which is a problem because a lot of food has onions in it. She told me a story that like she realized that that's what one of her allergies was for a little bit, and she went to a place and said, "Hey, I have an allergy to onions. I can't have any kind of onion or any kind of allium." And they served her meal, and she bit into it, and there was a green onion in it, and she said, I'm not gonna try and like pin this on the waitress because it's not her fault, but this is a problem." And they had to leave. They didn't make them pay for their meal, but she had to go to the ER, and like it was this big thing. And I told my sister, I was like, you need to call that poor lady. Like you need to let her know that she didn't die from that because I would have been panicking. So, yeah, my sister has it much worse than me in my personal opinion. But it's funny because you talk to her and she'll tell you that she would thinks that mine is worse because I also, as a part of that, have a small amount. They never diagnosed narcolepsy, but I'm fairly certain I have some kind of narcoleptic disorder. So she's like, I would rather have my allergy problem than the narcoleptic disorder. So it's really interesting. Water. I'm fortunate I'm not allergic to anything. True. Very true. Thank you guys for the hype train while I was talking about the how I would probably die. Thank you guys. Choo choo. Yeah, there's a it's not gonna be like I'm not worried about it. I'm really not. They had to do all these tests and stuff, but it ended up like not being anything. All right, so we got 2 white, a red, and then white again. It's been an emotional few weeks. That's rough. I'm sorry. You get emotional thinking about losing loved ones. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I think when I make the next one of these, I'm gonna do it in regular single crochets. I'm not gonna do this in the waistcoat stitch. Because boy howdy is this a pain in the ass. Like the color changes are already kind of a problem. But the added complexity of this stitch just makes it a little bit too much, in my opinion. Like, it's not even that difficult of a stitch. It's just Vince is allergic to strawberries and the idiot still eats them all the time. To be fair, I think I would too. I love strawberries. I know that one of my cousins is allergic to peanuts and she still eats peanut butter M&Ms all the time. It's her favorite candy. I don't think I could smash a dozen donuts even though they have holes in the center. Okay, where do I do next? Oh, we're off to black, and I need to get more black yarn. So, we're going to do that quick. So as far as allergies go, I'm fairly lucky that it's only a few things. I'm allergic to hibiscus, but only if I touch it, I think. Like touch it raw. So it's not like a huge deal. They are extremely popular around here for something to be on a patio though. And then I am allergic to mint and lavender, which is the most awkward thing. They're very specific, you know? But you make do. Depends on the size of the donut. Look, it's not about how big your donut is. It's about how much glaze it's got. We all like it ooey gooey dripping. Even in tea form for lavender and mint, yeah. I don't drink hibiscus tea though. I don't really drink tea in general. I have butterfly pea tea, and that's kind of the extent of tea that I drink. Cuz I just don't like it. Where's the end of the yarn? I just had it. What the fuck? Bro. There it is. Okay. And then it's 2 black. Okay. Make sure I do this correctly. I hear the taste of a donut can change. I hear it smells better with a lot of fruit. Reminds me of that glazed donut meme. Let me glaze you like a donut. Oh my fucking god. I hate this. I hate this stitch. This stitch makes me want to crash out. Alright, we got 2 black stitches and then we're gonna do red. Should I look this up? Google didn't turn anything up, but I have safe search on. Yeah, that's probably why. The lick, my lick emoji, I am so happy to have. That lick emoji just brings me so much joy. I am so excited for the next PoE League because I'm going to use it in the PoE League so much. It's beautiful. I love that they're different timed. It's so dumb. I love it so much. All right, and then this red goes out one additional stitch. Licking a donut. Look, some people just like their donut licked, okay? I'm not here to shame. However people want to enjoy their donuts, that's on them. Unless they're doing something with feet. That's kind of weird. I think even feet people agree. Every time I take pictures of this, I worry. So I take a picture of it on my desk. You can see it on my Blue Sky. Like I do an update picture. I have it on my desk. I'm always worried because like it's really hard to get a good picture of it without standing next to my desk and you can see my toes. And I'm like, I worry that people are going to be fucking weird about it. I know how the internet is. Iris, I have a speech impediment. That means my tongue, when it comes time for me to lick a donut, will I be ready? Look, I stammer and stutter. As long as you have fairly good control of it, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just dive right in. Wiki feet update. Ugh. Look, one of my ultimate goals is to have a Wikipedia page for Iris. I do not want feet for Iris on my Wikipedia page. That would make me extremely upset. Do you like my feet? Yeah, just dive right into it. A muff dive, if you will. I showed you my feet. Please respond. God damn it, this came undone. Iris, no, I'm talking about donuts. In the words of Carl, damn it, donut. I'm sure that there is something called Only Feet out there. Oh my god, that's so sus muffin, as Moo would say. She never says sus muffin. No, I know. That's because she is the sus muffin. Well, she's the sus muffin until I show up. And then it's just chaos. It's just chaos. I feed off of her too much. All right, and this is just red all the way across. Nice and easy. Where's the stitch at? I've just absorbed the most arranged thing that everyone says and does, and I'm worse off for it. I'm never showing my feet again, ever. Everyone in Kaiko's Discord made fun of your socks. That's not very nice. They have holes in them? I mean, sometimes you just need that extra little bit of airflow. I hate having like socks on because it makes my feet so hot and then I get really hot. So sometimes you just need the little bit of airflow that comes with having holy feet. Blessed be. Exactly. You were drunk? That's the best time to take feet pictures. I'm the opposite. I need to keep my dogs covered. You live in a colder place than I do, I think. My stepdad is that way though. He like he has to be wearing socks or slippers at all times. And I don't get it. It is too I get too hot. Like if I could get away with wearing short shorts and a tank top most of the year, I would. But people generally look down on you if you're doing that during the winter. I usually keep socks on from when I put them on to go out. Then I take them off to do yoga and go barefoot until I need socks again. It's one of the first things I take off when I get home from work. I take my shoes off and my socks off before I take my bra off. And that's saying something if you ever have had to wear a bra. I fucking hate wearing socks. I can't sleep with socks on. I think that's true for most people. If someone sleeps with socks on, they're a psychopath. Like, that's wild behavior. Absolutely wild behavior. Sometimes my feet get cold. I mean, I have a pair of Croc slippers for when my feet get cold. Oh, Horner. Chili. Are you a psychopath? Are you a psychopath? Do you sleep with socks on? Why don't you just put a blanket on your feet? Like a normal person. I don't understand. I use a heating pad. You do? You use a blanket and socks? Bro. What the fuck? Then I feel sick when I wake up? That's weird. That is wild. I have never heard that before. Like I've heard it as like an old wives' tale where if you don't sleep with socks on, you'll catch a cold, but I didn't think that was a real thing. Maybe I'm the outlier at this point. It sounds like all of you guys sleep with socks on. Am I the psychopath? Maybe I just have weird viewers. This is true. I just attract all the psychopaths. That's probably it. It couldn't be me. Are the viewers wrong? So I made this handle using just regular sculpting clay. And I don't think it cured all the way when I baked it, but I think that's fine because you can kind of see it's like wobbly, like there's a dent here from me crocheting with it. This is actually kind of nice because it gives me like a place to hold. So probably what I'll do is I'll leave this uncured for now and then I'll bake it again after I've used it for a while to fully solidify it. It's just kind of interesting. I don't know why, but every time I don't have socks on when I sleep, I wake up with a runny nose and a headache. Interesting. That's very weird. I'm not sure. I don't. I can't. I've never heard that before. Most people in Korea have bed socks they wear when they sleep. I'm too Americanized for that. Where's Blue? Blue would be able to give me more information on that. Blue is Korean, I think. They also don't believe in fans when they're sleeping, though. So, like, aren't they just so hot? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm trying to mark every 10 so I can keep an idea of where I'm at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It makes things a little bit easier if I lose my place to know where I, like, how many stitches and stuff I've done. There we go. Okay. Next row. I'm just checking to see if it looks like this is the row that I went back and started following the actual pattern to match up this red line here. So, wearing socks to bed can keep feet warm, increase blood circulation, and help regulate core body temperature for better sleep. Cold feet themselves don't directly cause a virus. Chilly extremities can constrict blood vessels in the nose and throat. Interesting. I've also heard, though, that it's better to sleep cold. Just in general. I don't know. It's all very weird. Sleeping and humans and body temperatures. Brain's gotta operate this weird flesh mecha that barely works, you know? They don't use fans because they're superstitious. Yeah, they think that it'll bring all of the air out of the room. Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. I like it when it's chilly, but feet need socks for me. Are you a sus muffin? No. Nevaeh, you're one of the least sus muffin people I know. You like it when it's chilly? When a lot of older people claim it suffocates you. Yeah, I wonder the base, like, or origin of that. Like, there has to be a reason for it. There had to have been something that happened. Probably more related to, like, carbon dioxide or something suffocating someone in their sleep and they happen to have a fan going. You know what I mean? I wanted to be corrupt like you and my Arisen. Wanted to be one of the cool kids. Look, you don't have to be sus muffin and, cringe in order to be a mature adult. I mean, look at Kaiko. Everyone who's played Dragon's Dogma is an Arisen. I have never played it. For me, it's that it gets so cold, I get ill and struggle to breathe. That's crazy. We like to sleep with the window open if it's between, like, 50 and 70-ish Fahrenheit. And then we have this big heavy comforter. It's the most comfortable sleep. The only problem is that when it's that temperature outside, it's also pollen season, and I get allergies really bad. And my eyes will swell and water. It's pretty bad. It's pretty rough. Corollary, we're the Arisans. You could be one too, because saving the planet is the thing to do. Hi, Napoleon. How are you? Welcome in. You getting ready to stream too? It's coming along pretty quick. I mean, I'm pretty far in here. There's what? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, like 110 rows, and I am 40, 50, 60-ish rows in. So a little over halfway on just the back. You're making dinner. That sounds good. What are you having for dinner? Anything good? Myth likely started from the 1970s, possibly promoted by the government to reduce energy consumption during summer energy crises. That makes sense. Kind of sucks. I mean, I believe it. It just kind of sucks. From Google. Yeah. That's the best way to go green, to spread superstitions the way that are definitely impressionable. True. Same thing as before, a salad. What kind of salad? What's in your salad? Tell me more about your salad. Did you tell me that you quit streaming? Yeah, I don't remember if you sent me a message about it, but I think you told me about that. I know when we talked about your salad before, I talked about how much I love fruit in salads. I put raisins in it, put strawberries in it, put grapes in it, put apples in it, put fucking fruit in my salad. Oh my god, I will. I'll smash. Don't talk about my salad. Look, if I want to toss my salad, I'm going to toss my salad, okay? It's good for you and the environment. No, it rips your soul out. It'll convince more people. Because, like, so here right now, right? We don't have like an energy crisis going on in the States or anything. You must be really flexible. We talked about this. I have EDS. I am very flexible. But no, so one of the things that they keep telling us to do is like don't use as much AC in the summer or as much cooling in the winter to try and, preserve energy as much as possible, right? But so many people refuse to do that for many reasons. For me, I refuse to do it because my workplace is a 10-story building and the entire building is kept at 70 degrees, and they want me to keep my house at 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Absolutely fucking not. If you want to save energy, have the corporations do it first, and then maybe I'll fucking think about it. But I'm not doing it if the corporations refuse to do it too. Fuck you. I'll get off my soapbox now, but it just makes me so mad when they're like, you gotta do it for the environment. Well, it's not for the environment if only people with houses have to do it. If it was truly for the environment, the corporations would do it too. Corporations are people, they need to stay cool. Okay, Hobby Lobby. All this licking donuts and tossing salads talk will corrupt poor Nevaeh. It's okay. Nevaeh know what they signed up for by coming to my stream. That was the Roberts Court, not Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby is the reason that we got Citizens United, which made corporations people. Yeah. It's a big part of the reason I refuse to support Hobby Lobby. They wanted to be able to determine that their health insurance couldn't pay for things like abortion, contraception, Plan B, that kind of stuff. So they sued in order to make it so that they could not pay for that kind of stuff. And in the process, they were given basically personhood. Corporations were given basically personhood. So, yeah, that's where it comes from. You better start dinner. What's for dinner, Anna? You already hated them because they hate you. Yeah, that's a fair reason. They're also like steal a lot of artifacts. They're worse than the British Museum, which is fucking wild to me. I'll have to pull up the video sometime. There was someone that I follow on YouTube that did a deep dive into everything that Hobby Lobby has done. And it's pretty crazy. Stayed open during COVID because the owner's wife got a message from God. They try to claim that that didn't happen, but that is absolutely what happened. I mean, Joanne's also stayed open. Joanne tried to claim that the reason that they could stay open is because they're considered necessary due to having the materials to make masks. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my pattern. There we go. The message wasn't even stay open during COVID. It was something really vague. Yeah. Yeah, no, Hobby Lobby is not a place I enjoy going. I don't go there if I can help it. Remember then GameStop tried to claim they were an essential service? I remember that. Holy shit, that was so fucking funny. I was so frustrated. My husband at the time, his company claimed that they were an essential service so to force people to stay working in the office because they worked, so they were a robotics company that made robots that made like windows and stuff. But every once in a fucking blue moon they would work with a health company that would make things that make like defibrillators and stuff like that. And because of that, they were able to get a an exception to be able to force people to stay in office. I mean, it didn't matter, but bye, Anna. Have fun. Enjoy your food. Tell Vinny I said hi. It didn't matter in my state. Nebraska is actually the only state that didn't have any kind of lockdown during COVID, so it didn't matter. There was no such thing as an essential service where I lived. Everything stayed open. So that was pretty fucking cool. Bye, Anna. Enjoy your chicken and rice and salad. Make Vinny toss it for you. Went back on a dating app? Hell yeah, bro. Cornac, Cornac was on a dating app fairly recently, and he's been seeing a girl for a while. He's been really successful with the dating app. It sounds like she's super nice. She's been on stream once. I don't remember what we were playing, but she was there. I got one match. It ended when I mentioned I'm a music composer. I have no luck. The issue is the first thing they see is my face. I mean, dating apps kind of suck no matter what anyway. And it's much harder when you aren't like cisgender. Oh yeah, I have a date for when I get married next year. You're getting married, Chili? I'm on Bumble. It's supposed to be one of the better ones. I believe that's where Cornac got his girl. I'm closeted on Bumble. Everyone thinks I'm cis. Well, I mean, as long as you're honest with yourself in general, I think it's fine. There will soon be a Miss Chili. Congratulations. That's so exciting. What kind of ring did you pick? I need to know. I am obsessed with jewelry. I'm like a raven or a magpie. If it's sparkly, I want to see. That's so exciting. My ex, she basically figured out that I wasn't a man 3 months we were in together. She kept saying, "You're so different from other guys. You're so much nicer." I said, "Well, I'm not one." She understood how and why. I think it's not something that I have a lot of experience with. I have a lot of experience with dating guys that sucked. I didn't like the pick me phrasing, but it works. Yeah. That's why she's an ex. She treated you poorly. Oof. There's always going to be someone better. It's just, it can be hard to find. I got lucky. I know I got lucky. So, she's a big fan of emeralds, so I got an emerald wedding ring with gold hearts around it. That's so cute. And emeralds are really strong, too. Nice pick. I know there's somebody, I don't think they're in my chat right now, but they did a green agate, I think, for theirs. It was super pretty. It doesn't get much worse. You're alive. I left after 3 months because she was getting really crazy. That's not good. Okay. White. Red. I think my grandmother's ring is a sapphire because her birthstone is sapphire. I think I'm actually one of the few people in my family that has like a traditional wedding ring. Cuz like my sister, she didn't actually want a regular wedding ring. Her wedding ring slash engagement ring are the same ring. She doesn't have several, like 2 rings. like most like traditional rings do. And the ring she picked isn't even a like technically a wedding band. It's a promise ring that has a bunch of small diamonds and like a leaf pattern all around it. Um and she loves it. She doesn't want anything else. Like his my brother-in-law's family kept like giving him a lot of shit for it. Like, when are you gonna buy her an actual ring? And she had to like step in and say, no, this is the ring I wanted. He wanted to buy me a better ring, a quote unquote better ring, and I didn't want one. This is the ring I want. Stop asking. It's kind of interesting just seeing what other people wanted. My parents got plain wedding bands in some rejection of materialism. They also forwent the engagement ring because of the gender asymmetry. This is a long time coming. We've been together for 6 years. We met each other when I was stationed in Japan and she was in college. Aww. It's so sweet. Yeah, I went very traditional on mine, and I've never been very traditional, but I like a sparkly ring. I'm not wearing it now because I forgot to put it on, but I am very happy with my ring. And that's all that really matters. As long as everyone's happy with the ring, that's all that matters. It was during a time where Shock was felt like, and he still feels this way a lot in a lot of times, but I didn't have a lot growing up, and he wants to be able to give me the things that I never had growing up. So he wanted me to have something that I really enjoyed and something I would, you know, something nice just for me. So that's kind of where it came from for the ring. I originally just wanted like a lab created sapphire, you know, um it didn't have to be pure gold, it didn't blah 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 all this stuff. And then we got taught, I say we, but I got talked into a much more expensive natural diamond. He loves telling that story. He thinks it's hilarious. It's fun. The ring itself is very pretty. It's got this super specific warranty on it that I have to get it cleaned every 6 months. Clean and inspected, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. I like keeping it clean anyway. But if I do that, if at any point like the stone falls out or and I lose the stone or the band, it if I bring the card for the warranty, which I still have, and whichever part of it I still have to the jeweler, they'll replace whatever is missing. And if the diamond is missing, they have to replace it with the same or better quality than what was it had originally. So it's very interesting. She's not picky one with valuable stuff. She's big. She's big of the thought type of person. It's the thought that counts type of person. I I never thought I would be super picky when it comes to rings. I really didn't. And then I looked at rings and I realized I was very picky when it comes to jewelry. Cuz you could ask anybody that knew me growing up. I was a tomboy. I thought I would have like, you know, I went in thinking I wanted something like my sister, just like a wedding band, something really small, something very basic, something easy to wear. And I mean, my ring is fine. It's not like it's hard to wear it or anything like that, but it is not what I picked. Like going back, if I had to choose again, I think I would choose the same ring, which is a good sign. It means I picked the right one. It's got a it's got a round diamond in it and like a halo around it. I never thought I would have picked a halo. I almost got a different ring that had a square diamond, and I'm glad I didn't go with it because I don't think I like square diamonds. My mentor in the Navy told me if you find a chick you like and she survives a deployment, and she still stays with you, that's a keeper. Boy, was he right. Yeah, that's fair. So lore time about me. In high school, I was actually dating a sailor, and he left for basic training and decided to not write me at all during basic or call me or anything. Um, and then some shit happened in college, and he blamed me for it. And he realized he didn't want to stay with me, but instead of breaking it off, he just like mentally abused me for the rest of the time that we were together. Like, nobody would want to be with you because of what happened. It was pretty rough. But he was told the same thing. Whereas, like, if she can't last one deployment, if she can't last basic training without doing something, then she's not worth it. But he just wanted to play games about it, so. Was this the guy who made music school hard for you? Yes. One and the same. He said to me, and I quote, I don't want you around anybody who is in music because they're all terrible people. He was a shitbag. It's fine. Not to beat the trend. He didn't do anything. If anything, he just kind of leaned into a trend of, or a stereotype. Because he also cheated on me while he was out there, so. I am happy that she is better than I was when he was in when he was in basic and deployed. I was not strong enough. I am not cut out for long distance. But he is also how I met Chuck. And if I hadn't met Chuck, I wouldn't be here today. So, it's fine. God, I hate looking at the back of the sweater so much. Oh my god, I hate the strings. I got a Dear John letter when I was with my first girlfriend, broke up with me during boot camp. I'm sorry. I'm sure that that's really hard. I heard that guys who get that kind of letter also get teased relentlessly. At least that's what my ex said. He could be wrong. Cuz like I said, he was a dickbag, so. Oh man, my hands are sweaty. It's like hot in my room here. I don't know why it's so hot. I almost, when I was in high school, I almost went into the Air Force, but it's probably better I didn't with the EDS and the POTS and everything. I probably would have failed out anyway. I used to be very in shape. I'm not now. I am a fat fuck. Not that bad, but definitely lazy. I actually did a lot of training to try and make it um, into the Air Force, and I got into a pedal bike accident. Nothing serious, but it dislocated my knee to the point that I needed a cane for a few years because of the EDS again. um, so I wasn't able to enlist. Maybe go through SEAL cadet school, but in the end I declined my admission to Buds because my whole heart wasn't into it. It was just anger and resentment. Oof. That's rough. Are you still in the Navy, or did you were you able to get out by now? I guess I don't we don't talk about that very often, if at all. I didn't even know you were in the Navy. My brother that I don't talk to actually did the what is it called? The training that you could do in high school for the army. It's like it's a specific program. They started it his freshman year in high school, and then he failed out, which is wild to me. I could not imagine failing out of something as basic as that. Yeah, ROTC, that's what it was. JROTC. It wasn't even like full ROTC yet, and he failed out of it. I couldn't imagine. It's a better choice. I continued my career as a maninator. Maninator? In a helicopter, which worked with special forces anyway. Were you like a pilot? That sounds super cool. Maintainer. Oh, okay. So you were more like um engineer. Closer to an engineer. My ex, he got into the nuclear program. He actually worked with nuclear, I think he did nuclear power for I don't think he was on a submarine, but he worked specifically with nuclear power, which I thought, like, I think it's pretty cool. Like, that would be something I would be very interested in learning about, but goddamn, he showed me like the work, like the homework that he had to do about electronics, and it kind of went over my head a little bit. It's a lot. Okay, just one black stitch. And then we're back to red again. Gosh, I hate this. I need to sew in ends, I think, is what I need to do, because this is driving me bonkers. I think I'll do that after this row. I'll start sewing in some ends. And then I can continue. Because boy, howdy, that's driving me crazy. When 9/11 happened, there was not enough helicopters to do the invasion of Afghanistan, so they were looking at capable maintainers to be inland to help spec ops. Oh, interesting. Okay. You retired after 22 years. Wow. That's wild. Well, you know, as so many others say, thank you for your service. I talk mad shit about the military, but I never mean it about people who were in the military. I want you to know that. I've heard a lot of horror stories of what the military does to people. So I'm curious, if I miscalculate the amount of yarn you need, what do you do? So I've actually done it a couple times on stream today. I just add more. So like right here, you see this chunk of red here. I didn't have enough red. So what I did was I dropped the string, and I tied the new and the old yarn together, and I'll just sew in the ends and say it's good. And it's pretty much treated the same way as adding a new color at that point. It's all done the same way. No worries, it has its up and downs. I think most people say that when I say that. Like I'm not trying to trash on anyone. There's some people, like my ex gets really upset. Or he would get really upset if you talk shit. But like it destroys people and their lives and who they are as a person to some extent too. So I think it's worth talking about, you know. But well, shit. I'm happy. I'm happy for you and soon to be Miss Chili. I find the idea of being a maintainer very interesting. I have my nephew. He's in the Army Reserve. He hasn't been deployed because he broke his wrist right before he was supposed to be deployed. But he's a diesel mechanic. He could have had any job he wanted, and he wanted to be a diesel mechanic. And he also is like a. It sounds like he's kind of on the track to eventually become some kind of officer at some point, but don't worry, I give shit to people that act dumb. That's good. They need to hear it. Nice. Yeah, he's super smart. He got into a motorcycle accident right before he roommates with someone who's stationed in the same area he is. They got stationed here like really close to where we live, which is nice. But just right when his roommate was getting deployed to the Middle East because of everything that's going on, he he absolutely wrecked his arm. So it worked out. I know that my sister-in-law has been very worried. Rightfully so. A lot of shit going down that she doesn't want her son to go to. So Excuse me. Oh, fuck. Make sure I wasn't fucking up the stitch there. It can be kind of hard to see where the stitches are because of all the stupid yarn. So dumb. Yeah, that's normal. My mom and sisters were worried when I left to the sandbox. The sandbox. I mean, I was really worried too, just because we've had a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but there've been quite a few of the like, oh, there were 7 people, 7, airmen or, whatever killed in XYZ attack that were from our city. So it's very front of mind for people who live here. So, yeah. Well, to be fair, we have an Air Force base here, so there is a lot of people who um go into the military because, they grew up in the military, but for there to be like 2 or 3 times in a row where it was only 7 or 8, troops that were specifically killed in certain things, and every single one of them to have at least one person in our area is pretty rough. So it also makes it so that if the bombs ever drop, we don't have to worry about it for very long. We are outside of the pizza perfectly done range, but we would still be dead. So heck. Okay, let's weave in some ends because they're driving me nuts. The nice thing about this stitch is that it's very forgiving for weaving in ends compared to some other stitches I could do. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we're gonna grab my hook, or not my hook, my... Okay, so this black I'm actually going to weave in and cut because I don't need it anymore. And same with this one. These I'm going to weave in. That is still working. That is still working. Weave that, weave that, and weave that. So we've got quite a few. Okay. I'm trying to do this in a way that I can still see, but you guys can also see because it is very hard. I normally do this part really close to my face. Oh. Yeah, my first deployment, there were 6 that died just on the way over there. Sailors getting crushed by 2 aircrafts. Mostly sailors that could not handle the ship and just jumped. Wow. Kind of makes sense, but still not good. Look up that stitch. No, the stitch is okay. Not exactly sure what happened here. We'll just pretend it didn't, I guess. We'll want something until it fixes itself, I guess. Call that good. Yeah, I hear that you don't really know what you're getting into until you're actually on a ship, so... I have a friend, he's never on stream, but he told me that he and all of his buddies in high school enlisted together, and they were sent to, I think they were sent to Afghanistan. They were all Marines, and he was the only one who came home. He carried that quite a bit, so... Since I was in the Helios Squadron, we managed to get some of them out of the water. But it hurts when you can't find them, I'm sure. Especially if you think you possibly could find them. Because you know that, like... at least there's some kind of statistic out there that a good portion of people who attempt something like that don't... like their last thoughts, if they survive, are, you know, I didn't actually want to do this. So it's, yeah, I can imagine that was really hard. Yeah, the survival's guilt, yeah. Gotta make sure Uncle Sam has the oil, you know? Good enough reason to send him over. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this over the third time. Oh no, I think I can. Okay. Perfect. Perfecto. Okay. Oop, there we go. Trying to... As I was getting ready to make this sweater, I found out this way to weave in ends, and I decided that's what I was gonna do. I figured it would be a little easier than the way I've done it in the past, so... I have regular scissors, but honestly, nail clippers, they work just as well. It's the same mechanics, right? Okay. We'll get one more pass across. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, come on. There we go. Do it again. This is the biggest problem with if you miscalculate how much yarn you have, though. You have to weave in more ends. And nobody likes to weave in ends. If somebody says that they like weaving in ends, run the other direction because they aren't human. I was appointed to be the maintainer to go inland. I was told by my Master Chief that whatever bird I'm in charge of, you make sure that thing can fly and do whatever it needs to do. Don't let anyone stop you doing that. It made me an asshole for everyone, but my Helio was always ready to fly and fully armed. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That's the kind of like a... You can save more lives being ready than being nice to someone, you know? Oh, gosh. I think I go under here. We'll get this. Leave this in here, probably. Gosh. Weaving in these ends is getting kind of frustrating. Oh, here. Let me move it over so you guys can see. Thankfully, after this point, there's a lot less color changes. The faces are just so much. There we go. And we just pretend that the inside of this doesn't exist. That the inside is just as gorgeous as the outside. Oop. I need this one. Okay. Kind of groups the stitches up a little bit, so I'm having to try and separate the stitches a little bit after I cut them so that they don't get all bunched up and look weird. Nobody wants anything puckered. That would look weird. Okay. I'm getting there. We can continue crocheting once these are done. You can see just how many times I'm having to weave in an end and why it needed to be done so badly. It's so much cleaner. Okay. This little one. Then I think. Oh, nope. There's still two more. We're almost done. I was just a young 19-year-old and yelling at a lieutenant in a ranger group after he broke my 50 cal machine gun. That's what I got my last name from it. It's one of your nicknames. Sometimes those things just follow you. I mean, I would be pissed if somebody broke my shit too, for what it's worth. Man, I remember, so when I was in high school, you know, like most high schools, we had to take like a civics class. And in our civics class, we were required to do some amount of like volunteer work. And I assisted in painting a mess hall for the National Guard. And because I stayed the whole day, they actually let us onto their like virtual shooting range. And we were allowed to do like the most basic training that they allowed. Um, so we were on the ground. I don't know anything about guns, so I'm not even going to try and say like I know exactly what this gun was, but I do know it was, I'm pretty sure, semi-automatic. And they like took all the mechanics out of it and added a bunch of sensors and like other digital stuff, including like a vibrator type thing that when you shoot, it would, you know, do kickback just like a regular gun would, right? So they had us lay down and try it, and the training was like when to shoot and when not to shoot. And the training I got was they were at a like a traffic stop, and a guy got out of his car and I immediately failed. I was like, what? They said, yeah, you're not supposed to get out of your car at a traffic stop. I didn't know that. I was a junior in high school. Um, but because of that, I should have shot the guy. I was like, oh, that doesn't seem right, but okay. I bruised up my arm pretty bad, my shoulder, you know, doing that. So that it was an interesting experience. It's definitely something that I think was a valuable experience to have. Not one I would say everyone needs to have, but it was interesting. I had to fix it on the fly while flying. Cussing him out was the funniest thing for the group. Yeah, he could have shot you, ran at you with a knife. Yeah, that's how it was explained to me after that was you don't know what he's about to do, so and if they're already at a traffic stop where you have guns pulled, then um you have reasonable force or, you know, something like that. I thought it was crazy. Um it was just it was really interesting to learn about. Not that I will ever be in that kind of situation. It was just kind of interesting to see their thought process on it. The hell? What the helly? I have so many Discord notifications. What the hell? Moo started streaming, which is part of the problem. It seems really early for Moo. I should check real quick. Where's the information? There's supposed to be a thing here that tells me how much battery my phone currently has. And I don't see it. Where's it at? Okay, fine. I'll do this the dumb way. Okay, it's at 46%. We're good. I just wanted to make sure I didn't need to cut short. I actually had my phone charged today, so. What is happening? Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. Okay. We're good now. Holy cow. Struggle busing. Almost forgot to scroll up to my next row. Know what the heck I'm doing? If I don't do that, how am I supposed to know? My nephew, so he had his arm broken, right? He went to the doctor fairly recently, and the doctor had to write a note saying that he was allowed to shoot any gun except for machine guns and give that to his commanding officer. And I just think it's funny that that doctor has probably never written a note like that before. Imagine being a doctor having to write that kind of note. Oh my God, I find that really funny. Straight up still. Okay. Was it not a military doc? That part I don't know. His mom was telling the story. I imagine his mom wanted to take him to, well, so he had to go to a specialty doctor because it was possible that he had like injured a bunch of like nerve endings in his hand and stuff. So it's possible that he was at a civilian specialty doctor. I don't know why he wouldn't go to a military doc. I know it's way fucking cheaper. And where we live, there's no excuse to not take advantage of our military installations because they are very good here. If there was no specialists at the base, they were referred to a civilian doc. I know that they were he had to go to a civilian doc for like the specialty stuff, but I don't know if this one in particular was the specialty. I'm not 100% certain. I do know that we have a very good doc, like pretty much anything medical where we live. There's a lot of medical schools around us, so there's no way that they don't also have really good medical. I mean, I know it's military. Military does what it wants, but yeah, pretty much. I know my grandfather was in the Air Force for a very long time. And he was an airplane mechanic. I think it was during the Vietnam War. The Vietnam, or was it Korea? It's one of the two. I don't remember 100%. But because it was that time period and he was working with airplanes, he has pretty severe hearing loss. And he had to fight for years to get any kind of like hearing aid to prove that it came from working with airplanes. Eventually he got it, but it was pretty wild how long it took. But I know that's just the bureaucracy bullshit that happens there. Come on. When I dislocated both my shoulders, I was told to make sure I drink a lot of water and 24 hours rest and ibuprofen, and that's it. Oh, Jesus. I mean, to be fair, there's not a whole lot else you could do for dislocations. That's a big thing with EDS, is you get a lot of subluxations and dislocations of joints. For me, it's mostly in my shoulders. There's not a lot you can do about it, except take some Tylenol and shove it back into place and hope. It sucks. It sucks so bad. Welcome back, Nevea. We're talking about dislocating shoulders and how shit the government is at treating soldiers when they come back. You might pass out. Why? Are you good? If you need to rest, don't come back here. I love having you here and all that kind of stuff, but discussions of gore. Oh, okay. That's fair. That is a fair reason. I can come back later. No. We can stop. I will do one short like related tangent that might not be good. When I worked at the daycare, we were required by law to take these like trainings, like first aid trainings, and everyone was required to be first aid certified, which I is great. Like I still have that. Well, I don't have the certificate, but I still know everything from that. But during the video, at one point they were showing like disaster preparedness, and they showed a guy who fell into a crater and like broke his leg, and the bone was sticking out of his leg. And I had to stand up and go to the bathroom. I did not expect that reaction from myself, but I was like, I can't do that. I struggled with that one. It really surprised me. It's one of those you never know how you're going to react until you're in that situation, I guess. That's so helpful. Now you know what to expect if a crater opens up beneath your feet in the daycare and your leg emancipates itself from your hips. Dude, to be fair, it was like a general first aid course. So it was supposed to cover anything that could happen. So like at least in our state, it was a requirement. In apparently it's not a requirement anymore, but if you had this kind of training and somebody was in some kind of like medical danger, you were required to try and help if you can. So like I still have like the know-how for all of that, but because I don't have the certificate, I'm not required to do that anymore. But because of that, I was trained on, like strokes and heart attacks, like super basic care, CPR, all that kind of stuff, which I mean, if it were to happen, I would still use that training, but I don't have to anymore. Yeah, I was still on the ship and we were homeward bound. So my supervisor was like, well, you're useless to us. So you could take the first helio trip home. Yeah. That's fair. Okay. And again, I miscalculated the amount of red I need. So we're going to go ahead and get some more red out. We need quite a bit of red. I'm using a lot more of this than I thought. And it's also not even red. This is orange. Good stuff. Thanks. I am happy with how it's coming out. It's just taking a long time. You'd be happy to wear such a garment? I'm hoping that my husband will be too. I'm sure he will be. This one is for him. I'm planning on making two so I can have one. But this one's for him. I don't mean that weirdly, like I want to wear Iris's clothes. I understand. I get it. Iris, give me your clothes. Nah, I knew what you meant. You should have him pose like the picture. I plan on having him, so he has jeans just like that. And I plan on finding a jean button-up shirt like that and having him pose like that because it's great. It is such an amazing picture. He's in a good, well, what is it? Yeah, I think in that scene he was saying, well, that's it. I believe is what the quote was. Also, thank you for the follow, Unfairer. Is it Unfairer C? Welcome in. How are you? Okay, it's red all the way across. Oh, we only need one of those. He just needs giant dads and a Zweihander in a grass crest. Are you not entertained? Is that what we're saying? Is that the meme? I believe in this specific point, he was being told that they don't that they were packing up and that he was no longer a part of the project, and he said, "Well, that's it then? You mean we're not doing anything else?" And he was very indignant and upset. That was the PvP meta setup from Dark Souls 1. And well, what is it? Was an emote you could do. Ah, I see. Okay. That would explain why I don't know it. Okay, back to white. I just really hope that when I eventually finish this part and I'm able to block it and stretch it and, you know, make it look a little more final, it flattens. We're going to have to wait and see. I mean, I'm really worried that it won't, just because I don't have a whole lot of experience on this part. I'm sure it will be okay. I always worry. Everything else I've crocheted has come out fine. It's just, I I was telling my husband, I'm concerned that this will be too small for either of us. Because this is just the back panel, right? So I have to make the front panels and the sleeves and everything. I'm concerned that it will be too small. But then he and I were talking about it. If it's too small, I'll just sell it. Like, this movie is so big and it's been such a hit. People are selling these like crazy. So I'm sure I can make it work. I just don't want to do that because that means I have to make 3, which also means I have to buy more yarn. And yarn is expensive and I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it 3 times. But if I have to, I will. Posted in memes, just Googled, well, what is it? And found the exact equipment loadout. It's good not to get complacent, yeah. I try really hard not to be. Like, I can be sometimes. But especially when doing something I'm not super familiar with, I don't want to assume that things will be okay. Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. I can't believe you almost got me into PoE. To be fair, PoE is really hard to suggest to people. And you went in the hardest way possible. It's probably better you didn't try and get into it the way you did. I think you would have been so frustrated. I was talking to Shock about it and he was like, yeah, most people who make hardcore builds don't even play hardcore. They're completely based off of like theory crafting, so you can't even guarantee that they're going to work the way that they say they will. So here we go, end of the row. Every time I get bandwagoned by your extended friend group, I feel like I've been smashed like those donuts. You told me I hate that so much about the community. Own your builds. I mean, so that it's kind of just one of those things where people play in so many different ways. And for people who play PoE, there's just a lot of people who don't enjoy playing it as much as trying to make a build. I don't need to tie these, so I'm not going to. I think they're strange, but I can understand the appeal. I would rather just do my best. I just know with Warframe, when I do theory crafting, I always give things the practical test. There's always a chance I miss something. Yeah. There's always that chance. Especially with PoE and like how overly specific their wording is on like everything. In Mugenics, I'm always thinking. I always miss things when I'm thinking things up. I'm sure. I haven't played Mugenics. Gosh, I gotta figure out what I'm doing this week for streams. I don't know. I think Thursday we'll probably play games with the crew with the barnyard, but I kind of want to keep working on this, and I also want to play Pokopia, and I also want to play Pokemon Z to A. I have too many things. I have too many things. If I do an extra stream, it's probably going to be crochet because I really want to continue working on this. I really want to bust this out and have it done before it's cold enough to wear this. Hi, Scarlett George. How are you? Welcome in. I hope things get better and I can relax enough to play video games again. Right now, I'm coping by being a workaholic. I have friends that do that. It happens. My coping mechanism has always been crochet. There are small things. There's a Blink 182. Whatever floats your boat. It's not like you're corpo and have to do what they say or else. Yeah. I feel like I would struggle with that if I were corpo, but I'm not, so. And how are you, Scarlett Joe? Are you George? You also crochet in? Or are you just checking out what I'm working on? Good, you? I'm doing better. I was sick last week, so I missed out on stream for a little bit. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm struggling. Never seem happy when you're part of bureaucracy. Couldn't imagine you joining an agency. I would need an agency that gives me a lot of freedom. But I also feel like if I ever want to take this seriously and make it a career, I would have to go into an agency because there's a lot of things that I just don't know how to do. And I could sit there and try and learn how to use social media and do it in a way, but it's difficult. You're crocheting? What are you crocheting? I love hearing about other people's projects. I normally do not crochet sweaters like I am now. I normally crochet like dolls and toys. So this is a little outside of my comfort zone, but I had to make it. I'm sure there are some people in the community who would probably be willing to help you. Yeah. Wish I was able to make it big on Twitch. I wouldn't pull up the ladder behind me. I tell you everything I knew. I know. It's just, you just gotta... It's a lot of work. When I'm always tired from actual work, then... Popsicle holders for your class? That sounds so cute. Are they made out of like cotton or something easy to wash? Because I could only imagine how messy those would be. Oh my god. I'm trying to get this pattern. Come on. Good enough. Crochet pop sickle holder. I want to look. Images. Oh, there's some really cute ones that are based off of like different fruits and different like animals. These are so cute. Oh, there's little fishtail ones. Those are adorable. I love it. You love my streams? Thanks. I do my best. I just got to do them more often. Okay, back we go. Oh, for Pete's sake. Come on. Here we go. I find it nice to crochet with somebody else. You know, even if it's just digitally, it's just kind of nice to have someone else also working on a project together. Nice and makes it cozy. Can you show me your keyboard? Yes, absolutely. So this is it's a 65% keyboard. I forget the name of the brand. It's on the back. It's a Ducky keyboard. It was a specific like mecha collaboration. So all of this dark purple is metal. It's very, very heavy. But the keys they're called jelly keys, like the keycaps are, because the light shines through the bottom white part, but not the top. And I could change the LEDs and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is my keyboard. It was very expensive. I don't regret it. I love this keyboard so much. I just wish I had a fancy little, like one of those spiral keyboard cords. It's so cute. Yeah, I love it so much. I had to do a lot of digging to find it. I really like the color. Like there aren't very many like purple keyboards, and it being all metal was really special in my opinion. I've thought about getting like a number pad though, because I don't have a number pad or, you know, like function keys or arrow keys. I have to do all of that using, you know, special hotkeys. And it gets to be a lot sometimes. But it was a sacrifice I was willing to make for how cute the keyboard is. The things we do. The things we do to be cute. I think it's got cherry browns in it. I think that's what's in it. I am acutely aware. Okay. Making sure I do this correctly. I have all of my yarn in a basket that's on the floor. Since there's so many colors that go into this, I just had to make sure that they all stayed together. Whenever I want to crochet upstairs, like when we're watching anime together or something like that, I just take the whole basket up. I don't know what I'm gonna do when like this panel is done because there's not enough room to put the panel in there with all of the yarn. I'll probably wet it down and prep it for blocking and hang it. Probably the best idea. Okay, so one red. One black. Oop, we gotta move the stitch marker. Oh, it's one black, one white. This row is going to be really thick. Look at all these colors. I'm going to have to move back and forth and back and forth. Heck. One white. One red. I was doing this row, so there's two wolves on the back or two foxes on the back. I was doing this row in voice chat with Courtney, and I was complaining about how much I hate doing like single color changes where it's just one stitch of one color, because it gets really messy really quick. She said, just skip it, just don't do it. Just don't even bother. It doesn't need to be there. I was like, I don't know about that. Will I stream tomorrow? I'm kind of debating it. I want to keep crocheting really bad. Normally I stream on Mondays and Thursdays, but I'm thinking about adding a stream this week because I missed last week. So, I think I'll just commit to doing tomorrow as well. And I'll continue working on this sweater. I'll start at around 7:30 Central. I think that's my plan. Huma, huma, huma. I'm going to try and fix my music player before then, so I might be a little late. It just kind of depends on what all I have to get done at home before I can get started. Got chores and a dog to take care of, you know. What is happening with these stitches? Oh, my Lanta. Okay. You'll be there? Okay. Okay, so these stitches are just a little awkward. I'm just going to stretch it upwards a little bit. Get this stitch in here. This one stitch is just really, really, really tight, so it's obnoxious. Okay, one red. I might, depending on who all is around in voice chat, I might have the barnyard with me, just as a heads up. I'm working on, I want to do like, I don't want to say limiting them. Hi, Davey. How are you? Welcome in. You're playing American Truck Sim. Shout out Davey. You just subscribed? Fun. I'll see you tomorrow then. How was American Truck Sim? I lost track of what I was doing. Wait. Okay, I'm on the black stitch. Now I know where I am. Chaotic but fun. That's good. Chaotic streams are the best streams. Welcome in. Well, if you guys haven't been here before, I'm Erina Iris. I am a ferret that sells lemonade, and currently I am crocheting I am making the sweater from Project Hail Mary. Um, the sweater that you see in the bottom of the screen there is actually a screen cap from the movie. It's originally a pattern from 1957, I believe, from the from a company called Mary Maxim. When people noticed it, they were like, "Oh shit, you can just go buy this knitting pattern and just knit that exact sweater." The problem is you gotta go. Okay, bye. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Um, the problem with this specific pattern is it's only knitting, and I don't know how to knit. So I am kind of trying to brute force a crochet set or a crochet version of this because I want this sweater. um, so yeah, that's what we're doing. Project Hail Mary has been my favorite movie. It was my favorite book for a very long time. They announced the movie, and I was very excited because it was released on my birthday. So I convinced all of my friends to read the book for book club because we have like a group book club. And so we read it, and then we all watched it opening night. And it's been a thing. It's been a vibe. So yeah, it's a special project. This one is for my husband though. He's getting the first one. As long as it fits him. That's going to be the hardest part. Just because I don't 100% know if it will. Oh, for Pete's sake. Were you doing something specific in American Truck Sim, or were you just kind of just hacking around? We were driving and crashing. I mean, generally, if you're driving a truck, you're trying not to crash it. Generally. Of course, I know that's not always the case. I know that there's a such thing as like a school bus derby. I think I have American Truck Sim. I think I got it when it was like free or cheap. Let me check. Let me check if I've got it real quick. Truck Sim. Yeah, I have both American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim. I just haven't played it. I've literally never played it. I know that like Kaiko and them used to play it a lot. He was being more careful. That's good. Someone's got to be careful here. All right, we're doing some white stitches and more paranoid. Oh no. Worried about cool fire coming up and trashing you. Are you guys going to play Forza when it comes out? Somewhat, that's fair. Nah, okay. I was going to say we're very excited for Forza. There's a lot of driving and crashing in that one too. That's fair though. It's a lot less realistic than like the truck sims are. A lot more arcadey, so it's not everyone's cup of tea. Also, I think it's going to be expensive. I think it's like a $70 game, which is annoying. It's not worth spending the money on if you don't want to play it. Okay. Oh, I need to go back a little bit, and we're going to grab this red. I feel like it's been a while, Davey. What have you been up to? The stitch markers are very helpful, but boy howdy, they kind of mess up your flow when you just have like a whole set of like one color to do, and there's a stitch marker in the middle. It's annoying. Okay. Then white the rest of the way over. Oh, goodness gracious. Last week was a long week for me. I think mostly because I was sick, but it just felt like it took forever. Like I came in on Tuesday and I thought it was Thursday, dude. That was brutal. I have a feeling this week is going to be the same way, which is annoying. I don't want it to be that way. Okay, before we start this next round, let me check my phone battery real quick. To 29%. We could probably do another row. Whoosh. Yeah. Yeah. It just looks so good. I can't wait to take pictures of it again today. It's long enough that I can't keep it all on my desk. I'm probably going to have to start taking pictures somewhere not my desk. Maybe my counter. Maybe my kitchen counter. You guys see the cut on my finger. I don't know what happened to it, but yesterday I was crocheting, and at one point I looked down and there's blood all over my finger. I don't know what happened. It was just like, it was all dried up and everything. So I was like, it couldn't have happened that long ago, but there was nothing on my yarn, nothing on any papers. It just happened, I guess. But it's a pretty deep cut. I don't understand. It's weird. It's weird. Weird. Let's scroll up my pattern just a little bit. Oh, perfect. Oh, interesting. We're supposed to start the sleeves. I want to do them evenly. And they don't start until the next row on the other side. So we're going to change the shape just a little bit because I don't agree with the way that it's designed for crochet. It might be the way it's supposed to be done for knitting, but it doesn't make sense to do it that way in crochet. So we're not going to do it that way. So it's kind of shaped the same way a t-shirt is. If you look at the back of a t-shirt, it's not designed like a square and then sleeves most of the time. It's actually designed to have like a spot for the sleeves where it kind of turns. If you don't have that kind of curve spot, it comes out really boxy. And I don't like the way those look. It makes me look very wide. So I'm not doing that. There was another famous crochet. Well, I don't want to call her famous per se, but there was another crochet designer who who did this sweater, and she did it the way that she normally likes wearing her sweaters, and she did it very boxy. And you know, I'm happy that that's the way she wants it, but that I'm not doing that. Alrighty. Starting to get unwieldy to deal with, which is a good sign. It means that I'm making a lot of progress, but it also means that it's more difficult to deal with. Heck. All right, grab the white. Do some more crochets. No, Leo. Leo. No. No. My cat has decided he's going to sit with us. Hello. Hello, buddy. He's trying to tell me it's bedtime. No, don't do it. I can see that cat brain thinking of yours. Don't do it. No, thank you. I should really just make Leo a mascot here. No, Leo, don't do that. Come on. Oh, this is going to be an annoying row. Okay. I picked the wrong row. Oh, a kitty cam. Yeah, a kitty cam would be good. The problem is he really likes to misbehave. He typically doesn't stay in the same place. You could see his little paw. Here. My hair is in the way. I'm trying to lean out of the way. Ow. Oh my god, that hurts. Buddy, I know. You're very sweet. Thank you. Please don't climb on this. Ow. I hit that cut on my hand that I was just talking about. It's very sore. Leo. This is his way of asking for pets, is he puts his paw on your arm and just slowly starts using. Hi, buddy. You guys can enjoy Leo. Leo's going to be our companion for the last little bit here. Huh, buddy? Typically, if I am crocheting, he has to be involved somehow. Generally, that means he is on top of the project somewhere. So this is actually very normal for him. Okay, and then we need red. Holy shit, a stream. Yeah, what's up? How are you? It's been a while. I'm out here crocheting. Or attempting to. My cat is a little bit in the way right this second. You guys probably can't hear him purring, but he is purring like crazy right now. He is so happy. You're out of music ideas today? It's okay. Sometimes you get out. You can't. That's too bad. He's cute. He is adorable. He knows he is, so I can't say it too loud. Otherwise it goes straight to his fucking head. Doing fine. Have I played any League lately? PoE? Yeah, I thought you meant PoE. Actually, I was playing it last night. It was a lot of fun. I'm playing, so I started with Holy Hammers. I hated it. Holy Hammers was awful. 0 out of 10. Do not suggest it. I'm sure that it could be good, but I really struggled with it. So I really wanted to enjoy the league, so I took a break and then came back to play RF because I was comfortable with RF and I knew I could play RF, so I did. I got to level 8. Right now I'm level 87 because I took, like I said, I took a break and I'm also very slow. But it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. What about you? What were you playing for League? Claims another boomer, bro. It's okay. I wanted to play something new and I did. I played Holy Hammers. I hated it so much. So I did what I had to do. I think next time I'll play something that's a little more established. If there's a new, like, I really wanted to play it, but yeah, I was gonna say my plan is probably some kind of brand, like a Wintertide brand or something like that. It's been suggested to me far too many times for me not to try playing it. So, you did solo self-found though. I haven't played solo self-found. I play with in a private league that's like a group solo self-found, so I'm stuck in the indie game dev route. I'm stuck in bureaucracy hell. Oh no. What kind of game are you making? I'll be honest, I'm not very good at bureaucracy either, so. Oh my goodness. I wish you guys could hear this boy. Hold on. You guys can't hear him at all. That's too bad. I had it like right up in his face. Similar to Honey Papa hentai dating sim. You know, if it makes you happy, that's all that matters, right? All right, and it's white all the way across. So the next row that I do is going to be a little awkward because it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of slip stitches involved. And that always makes it a little irritating. But that's okay. It's fine. It's doing market research and the majority is just AI slop puzzle. Yeah. That's something I've noticed too. I like to go through like the new stuff from Steam every once in a while, and it's just it's so depressing to see all of that kind of stuff. It's just I don't want to match 3 in order to take their clothes off. Some of them still make giga money. It has to be a front for something else, right? I'm trying to crochet in the in frame, but my cat has taken up quite a bit of it. Okay, here we go. I wish I could like give this whole thing like we could see it all, but we can't because of my cat. But just this one fox, it looks super good. I'm very pleased with how this is coming out so far. Majority of Russian devs. I saw one dev pop out one AI slop game per week. Yeah. Hi, Leo. Oh my goodness. My cat is demanding I go to bed. So let's see. You're in my way, buddy. I know that, yeah, Moo is streaming. We're gonna go see Moo. I know it's not crochet, but I'm sure that Moo would love to hear about your hentai game. It seems straight up her alley. Excuse you, Leo, your tail is on my keyboard. Oh my god. Okay, bud. Just for a little bit. Thank you. I know, you got me right when I was getting ready to go to bed. It's 11 o'clock and I have to work tomorrow. But I do plan on streaming tomorrow. It'll be 7:30 Central. So I'll be around again. I'm going to be crocheting again. I don't plan on playing any games unless my phone is dead or something like that, but I plan on crocheting. That's the plan. So let's get raid set up. You can see my cat. It's 6 a.m. for you. Goodness. Well, Moo will be around for a while. Here's my raid message. My cat is all up in my shit. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, probably also on Thursday. Probably actual game day on Thursday with the Barnyard. I might be hanging out in voice chat with the Barnyard tomorrow, but I'll be crocheting. So, lemon party. Yeah. No, it's an iris party, okay? It's just an iris party. It's not a lemon party. It's definitely a lemon party. Okay, let's go see Moo. Yeah. Oh,